Tell you a story. Throughout this narrative, keep this story in mind. My name is Ercelis. I was raised in Cagos, Puerto Rico. If y'all didn't know, a majority of Hispanics, especially Puerto Ricans, are very close and physical. In Puerto Rico, we greet people with hugs and kisses on the cheek. It doesn't matter who they are friends, families, strangers. I could be meeting you for the first time. When I moved to the mainland, specifically Florida, I tried to hug and kiss someone's cheek, and I got pushed off. My cousin told me that in the mainland, they don't do that. Hello, Dr. Council and fellow classmates. As I mentioned previously, my name is Araceli's Rosario, and it is an honor to share with you my personal growth narrative in this class. So let's get back to the story I told you. I mentioned that in Puerto Rico, we greet people with hugs and kisses. Another word for this interaction is haptic. According to our text Communication in the Real World, an introduction to communication studies, haptics is defined as which refers to the study of communication by touch. The gesture of hugging and giving a kiss on the cheek seems as a social polite level, but in Western society, it is seen as a love intimate level. Since I am from Puerto Rico, I have the habit of leaning in to greet people with a hug and a kiss. For our text Communication in the Real World, an introduction to communication studies, our text makes the connection between the conformity stage and the assimilation. Assimilation in the conformity stage is basically when an individual adopts the values and norms of the dominant culture. After some time of being in the States, I slowly assimilated my mannerisms of leaning in for that welcoming hug and kiss into a verbal hello and a handshake. Another area that has impacted my life is pseudo-listening. According to our text Communication in the Real World, an introduction to the communication studies is behaving as if you're paying attention to the speaker when you're actually not. We're all guilty of this, but truly, I am. This allows me to have mental gaps in information or not knowing what the message conveyed was. An example is when my parents are giving me a lecture, I tend to stare and nod, but in reality, I don't know what's happening. Our text Communication in the Real World, an introduction to communication studies, mentions active listening tips to create the most effective listening. A tip that really helped me was convert list coaching. Convert coaching is basically sending mental messages to yourself. It creates realizations, for example, me telling myself that I'm becoming distracted and need to listen and pay attention. As I reflect on these two areas, it has allowed me to think about my future. Doing these tactics will not only form relationships in which both parties are comfortable in being heard, but also allow me to to properly understand and interpret information to improve myself and complete tasks given.